whatever.
That's okay.
Anything goes before we've actually started.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah,
So,
but it was good to explain it because like like full disclosure, I had to go to ChatGPT. I literally
Yeah.
copy pasted our whole conversation.
Wow.
No. And I asked ChatGPT, I'm like, do you understand it the way that I understood it? And yes, exactly. So once Taz
as opposed to just asking
explained,
me the questions,
it had
you
been
know.
like 2 weeks. I don't know,
Oh yeah,
man.
that's your new setup, Tibu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, it looks
shit,
very
that's
nice,
right. This is
Manny.
your
Yeah.
house now. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was like,
Yeah.
there's are way more figurines than I remember. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah. I like your
God.
setup too,
That
Taz.
probably that probably fresh laundry from today.
More so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll try not to.
Surprised.
So this is the
Everything on
office,
this
right?
side of the wall,
Does
great.
not...
Everything on this side of the wall, disgusting. And I'm glad you guys can't see it because it's.
Well, that's the
it goes-
fucking thing. All this shit is just fucking laundry behind me. And then if you look in front of me, I have amiibos, gaming posters, fucking my fight sticks on the side over here.
You need
Just
a
put
back.
mirrors
need-
You
all
need
over your
multiple
back,
angles.
so we can also
Yeah.
see your ass when you're sitting
Yeah.
down. So it's perfect.
You don't
can
want
see
to
all
see
your
that,
fingers.
man.
We just want to see that.
You don't
peak of a
trust
crack,
me. You do not want to see my ass.
We
This
can see
fucking
that-
heat
the crack.
is wreaking havoc
Don't you have
on
AC?
just like
Oh, yeah.
a swamp ass. Whenever I go, we go outside for walks, man. I kid you not, dude. I know it's like TMI, but like the last 2 days, I've been contemplating just legit taking a fucking trimmer and just like trimming my ass hair. 'Cause
Oh my god,
like,
dude.
I'm like, I don't know that I like this anymore.
I've had the opposite problem where
You need
It's-
you need to install ass hair.
honestly, yeah, I've been freezing and like sure it's a nice problem to have, but it's like I've been indoors usually wearing hoodies.
Yeah, I
'cause,
can
like-
feel it. Well, wearing a sweater.
Yeah,
I
because I,
wish
went
it
from
was that
normal.
cold in here, man.
Ugh. But you're also in the basement. I'm surprised you're not like cold.
I run hot, right? So like generally speaking, even in the winter, if I had my way, I would have the window cracked open. But normally, I always have the fan going all year round,
That's
even in the winter.
fucking blasphemy.
Like
By the way-
when I go to sleep, the room, I need to be able to fucking store meat in my bedroom. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how
Christ.
cold I need it to be. That's how cold I
Love it.
want it to be. And then I get in the blanket and I burrito myself, and I'm all nice and roasty toasty. But I need
You
the
know what?
actual, I need the atmosphere to be chilly as hell so I can get like a nice proper sleep.
To
And
the
it's
order
nice
of
so
my
that you
girlfriend,
can
do you guys know what temperature I used to sleep in my apartment? Like during winter?
23.
24? 24, 25.
Yeah, I remember we
that's-
spoke about that. That's
That's
disgusting.
nice.
How are we related? Jesus
Yeah, that's
Christ.
disgusting. That's the worst fucking thing ever,
No,
man.
it's
you
all
would do
nice
it.
and toasty, and I'll put in an extra blanket too, and it's
What
just
the fuck?
actually
dude?
24.5 is my ideal temperature.
What the hell is wrong
If
with
I
you
see that on
guys,
the thermometer,
man?
I'm happy.
Both
I'm
of
like,
you are fucking. Both of you are.
Dude, that's
You're both deeply broken human beings.
You run
Seriously,
hot,
no.
we run cold. That's all it is.
I don't know. Taz, I mean, I think you said yours at like 18, right? Like 18, 19? Like I'm at 19.
Normally, I have it at 18.
Yeah.
During the winter, I mean, during the winter, I have it at 18.
That's a
Okay.
hoodie.
Um,
It's a hoodie and a sweater and a blanket.
but I mean, now with the baby in the house, obviously, I don't want
Yeah.
her freezing her ass off on account of me. So now, like during the winter time, we have it set to like 20, 21. Sometimes,
Yeah, that's fine. That's
22.
room temp.
That's too
Yeah.
low. That could be a bit higher.
But,
Room
like,
temperature is 21, dude.
all year round.
Uh,
Hello, you want to say
No,
hi?
it's 23. Yeah, room temperature is
Um,
23.
No,
Actually,
what country?
what the?
no, man. If it was up to me, I would have it. If it was up to me in the summer, my AC would be set to 16 because that's as low as it goes. At wintertime, ideal temp 18.
Okay.
I
But no,
agree. And
hold
by
on.
the way,
Is it
room-
not
room-
23? Have we been
room
like,
temperature
scientifically speaking?
is-
It is 23. There you
Oh,
go.
okay. It's
Okay,
20 to
but now
22.
realistically speaking, it's fine.
Yeah, it's 20 to 22. Come on now. Let's not kid ourselves.
Guys,
That's disgusting. I don't know how you sleep in that.
you guys want to know the dumbest
well.
thing, the dumbest problem that I have right now? Not enough ass hair? I don't know.
I mean,
Well,
I'm sure it's
so
wonderful.
when I was done setting up that glass cabinet in the corner, I'm like, oh, there's an empty space in the bottom. I don't have enough Zelda games to store in the glass cabinet.
It's okay. Don't worry. I'm sure there's a Zelda themed Switch 2 coming out.
Oh,
that you can
yeah,
spend
when-
another
you know it's
$900 on.
That's true, actually. You know I'm gonna buy it too.
And once they announce like Wind Waker and all that kind of stuff, remastered,
Yeah.
I'm sure
You'll
as
have
you
that
said
for a
that, Miyamoto's balls tingled a little bit. Oh, I should release another fucking limited edition, whatever.
Fuck, I hope they do. We've been begging for it for like the last, I don't know how many years. Yo, they were joking about a Magic Zelda set.
And
Oh,
yeah.
that's gonna sell like
That'll bank.
hotcakes.
That'll bankrupt Deep. He's gonna lose his house. Is what
No,
he's
I
gonna
mean,
do.
okay,
Like,
that's I
You
can't
want the
like.
whole set.
No, I'm not.
yeah,
Like
well,
that's crazy because like some Magic cards, like the Final Fantasy set that came out, there's like these chocobo cards are running for like $500 to $800 each or
No,
something.
actually, the color ones I didn't go from anywhere for 1.5 to like $3,000.
Case in point.
The
So
golden ones go for like $5,000.
for a piece of cardboard.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, didn't the Lord of the Rings, the One Ring, sold for like $1 million or something like that?
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Post Malone bought it, so to him, he probably just reached into his back pocket and like pulled out whatever was there. But
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
That's
still, like
crazy.
that's fucking dude. Fandoms suck. I think
They're great.
things would be great if not for the fans. Honestly, I'm kind of starting to, it's sort of like that saying, like customer service would be great if it wasn't for the customers. Like I feel like it's the same fucking thing applied for this kind of stuff. You got
But
people
there,
ruining Pokemon promotions by buying like
there's regular variants of the One Ring, which costs like as like your average Magic card. Like it's not that much more.
I mean, I guess, but let's be honest. How many of us envision Post Malone fucking seriously playing Magic the Gathering?
No,
He
he
does.
actually
He does.
plays. He
He's a legit
legitimately
Magic
plays.
Gathering player.
He's there's actually he's been to like you can find videos of him actually playing with other people on YouTube. On like he goes to channels that have commander matches and he plays. It's actually a
Yeah,
thing.
there are a bunch of Magic content
Every
creators who's
day,
playing
I
with them.
find more reasons to love Post Malone. Jesus Christ!
Hey, I'm like super excited for this game. Like Taz came up with this brilliant concept, and
I didn't come up with shit. I saw it
well,
somewhere, and I was like, I could
okay,
adapt this to our
just
podcast.
take the
It
credit.
was great up until
Yeah,
we had to go over the rules like 3 times,
Yeah.
and even
I
then,
understood it.
before this podcast, we're like, my brother and I, oh, we kind of fucked up there.
Yeah, and then apparently this idiot Jazz over here had to fucking ask ChatGPT
Yeah, like two
when
weeks
he could have
ago,
just
and I
asked
got
me
it,
the
and I
question.
understood it. I understood it, and then we chatted about this today, so the twins could have like read all the messages and understood from that. So,
No, it
anyways,
was still confusing.
Yeah, it was. It was. I was like, oh, they're talking about it again. I hope this makes sense. But I didn't want to be the guy who's like, guys, they still don't get it. So I was like, whatever, we'll
Taz,
figure it out.
I went
Taz,
to
do you
Natalie. I'm
wanna?
like, is this what I think I'm reading? And she's like, I think so.
Do you wanna? Do
In
you
case
wanna
it's not
explain this,
clear,
Taz?
this is a video game podcast. Episode 12, not quite high score.
No.
We're blind ranking video games today. So here's what we're doing. I'm going to be presenting to Deep, who will present to me, and then vice versa with Jas and Manu. Essentially, we have 5 categories. We have best battle mechanic slash, I guess, like fight system, whatever you want to call it. Best soundtrack. I'm forgetting the other ones already.
Best
Visual slash
antagonist,
graphics,
Yeah, whatever you guys just no, say it
And
slowly again.
most
Sorry.
nostalgic.
Visuals. Yeah,
visuals,
visuals, most nostalgic, and then what was the other one?
best
antagonist.
antagonist.
Missed.
Right. That one I had such a hard time with. So essentially, here's how it's going to go. We're going to, based on these categories, we're presenting each game one by one. We can pick whatever order of which category you want to present with. And then as the games are presented, the person that they're being presented to is going to have to essentially rank them from 1 to 5 without knowing what comes next. So you might get your favorite game right off the bat, but you might not necessarily want to rank it number one. Not your favorite game because that would be automatic number one. But let's say you're going to get something that you really, really like, and then you might want to rank that, let's say, at number one or number two. But then if you get something that's way better, that might be the incorrect ranking. So there's a little bit of strategy here in messing with the other person's head. But that is the gist of it. And then at the end of it, you are stuck with that as your top 5. That is what you will officially be known for. Let the internet mock you for it if it's bad. And there is no switching at the end. So if you fucked up in your rankings, congratulations, you played yourself.
Personally, I feel like I need to. If there's a Zelda game presented, that needs to be my number one, just because
With
like
you,
Well,
dude.
there could be
Okay, so here's the thing.
multiple.
I took you because I was like, yeah, I kind of know Deep. I feel like I could come up with this list not too bad. And honestly, at the end of the day, I'm like looking through your Steam catalog, I'm looking through your stash app and all that. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. These are all like very good games. But in the end, I'm looking at all these categories and I'm just like, how the fuck do I not just come up with 5 Zelda games? Like, how do I, you
Are you
know?
serious? For myself, I just like 5 non-Zelda games that fit in this top 5 easily.
I don't know, man. Honestly, I was like, I know a few of the games that you play like on the regular, and I know you generally do play a lot of games, but I'm like, how I don't know how strongly you feel about other games as strongly as you do for Zelda.
or Destiny.
bar a couple of games, but I'm not naming anything because in the end, I don't want to name anything that
Yeah,
may or
let's
may not
Yeah.
just
be on the list that I came up with. So your list is basically things that I thought you do like, but at the same time, it's just also shit that I like. Because let's be honest, I did this kind of pretty last minute, even though I came up with this fucking game like 2 weeks ago, and
Oh yeah, no, I
a
came up
hell
with
of
your list like
and
an
it's
hour ago.
been like it's been a hell of a 2-3 days with my kids. So like this is we'll see how we'll see how this goes. And she's actually asleep, by the way, so I'm not gonna
would
have to go
you
and get going. I'm
Okay, I
pretty
was gonna
sure.
say, would you like us to start? Like, do you want us to just kind of get
Does
our, our
anybody
feet
want
wet?
to go first? Because if not, I'm
I can
thinking I might just pull
go.
like a randomizer and we can just do it that way.
I'm
Just put,
I'm I'm
actually
I'm
just pull a
happy to
randomizer.
go.
It'll take like 2 seconds. It'll be
All
fun
right,
that way.
go
Okay. I mean,
ahead.
he okay. Also,
Did
we
you
could
guys
do that.
spend very long on your list? Because like for me, it was like while I was cooking, 10 minutes. That's
I
all
mean,
I
I
did.
definitely I was like up and down. I spent definitely a good, I don't know, let's say hour and a half.
Yeah, I spent 30 minutes.
I was
Like
on your mind for an hour.
Yeah, I'd say half an hour as well.
Okay.
All right.
Because I
How
had to
do
like think of the reasoning. I had to think of
Um,
like, well, why do I put this in that category
All right,
versus the other? And I yeah.
everybody. Well, I'll be generating it, so let's just say I'll go last. Or no, hold on.
Do you understand the point of a randomizer?
Well, if I have to, hold
I don't think it does, man. Do you care to explain it?
on. I got it. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I got something else going here. Fucking government workers.
What'd you say?
Uh,
How the
Copy
hell
that.
is there a spider web
All
inside?
right, Jazz, you're going up next, followed by Deep, followed by me,
All
followed
right.
by Mano.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So very happy that I got Manu. I feel like Manu and we play the same games, so
Yeah, for
that was
sure.
obviously
What?
a joke.
The Venn
That was
diagram, there's like
obviously
a
Yeah.
yeah,
big
yeah,
intersect.
yeah. Obviously a
Your
joke,
fucking
but
your Venn diagram of circles of games that you play similarly are not even in the same
Actually, that's
fucking
not true because
province.
every game I believe most of the games you played, I played. I was looking at your list. I was
yeah,
like, yeah, okay, I played these.
yeah. Look. I kind of wanted it to be a little different. I kind of wanted to challenge Manu, and I want to mess up his top five a little bit, and I hope that I
Fuck.
can get to play some mind games with them early on. So I'm gonna go with the best battle mechanics, and for that one, I chose Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice.
That's a good one.
And the
Fuck.
reason, yeah, and the reason I got to start with Sekiro, like, look, if we're talking pure battle mechanics, and I spoke to Paul about this, he's a huge Sekiro fan, and I remember Manu and Paul having a conversation during the pandemic, and they were talking about how great Sekiro was. But all that to say is that if we're talking pure battle mechanics, nothing really quite nails it like this game, right? It's the one game that forces you to like unlearn everything that you thought you knew from Soulsborne games and focus entirely on like precision and rhythm. And that's basically what the game is. It's precision and rhythm. Like every fight actually feels like a duel. It's not about like mashing buttons, and it's really about like reading, reacting, and then executing perfectly. And again, so like this game doesn't let you grind out an advantage. It doesn't let you hide behind stats and shields and all that kind of stuff. Like again, I feel like if you start clumsy, you struggle, and by the end you become a master. And like I think that's what makes the whole gameplay arc perfection. So I think Sekiro is probably something that maybe Manu would agree with as well, but I'd be
So,
curious to know where he places it.
um, I actually did my own ranking because I was curious to see what I would put. And for battle mechanics, I did put Sekiro. You
Oh
nailed it.
wow.
Hey!
Okay.
It is just a phenomenal, very tight parry system game, and yeah, Sekiro is definitely there. Um, I think I would legitimately rank Sekiro number two
Number two.
because
Okay.
Wow.
there
Okay.
are I can already envision my top like 10, top five,
Okay.
sorry, and Sekiro is sitting number two. So
It's weird because like I
So do
know
you think
you
Jazz
like
is
the
capable?
game, but I don't.
yeah,
You
Sorry, no,
don't
no, go
talk
on, go
about
on.
Sekiro compared to like other Souls like as much.
I do. I think Sekiro is my favorite Souls like.
Wow.
I
Okay.
knew it. Okay, see, this is why I didn't go with Elden Ring, because I was like, Elden Ring takes Sekiro and it puts it in a bigger, vast world. It's
Yeah,
huge. But
yeah.
we're talking strictly battle mechanics, and we're talking about, again, like stripping down everything from Soulsborne game. This is probably arguably the best Soulsborne game.
Yeah,
Even if I don't play it, I get it. I listen to
you
Manu.
nailed it. And honestly, you could play it as well. I feel like you have it in you if you like. You just need the patience.
That almost
Yeah.
sounds like
Do you
a tad bit condescending. He's like, yeah,
No, no, like we
No,
know
I get
because
it.
yeah, because just Spinner, you've said that you just don't have the patience for these types of games. But I feel like if you
Yeah.
did, you could easily do it.
do you think he's capable of coming up with something that will top Sekiro for you that
There
isn't?
is one.
And I'm
There is
guessing,
one.
do we all are we all thinking Expedition
Yeah.
33
Yeah.
probably?
If Expedition 33 is amongst this list, it is. That's why I put it number 2 because that isn't even
And I
Manu's is
close.
gonna
think
be a short
and
session.
I think I know what category that would win to, but I don't
Yeah.
want to say
Yeah,
it
yeah.
in case
Hold
Jazz
on.
changes list last minute.
Yeah, Jazz, go ahead and present your best soundtrack.
Well, it's actually funny that you think that I'm gonna go with soundtrack, right? Like,
Oh
you
no.
know, because that could be the curveball that I'm throwing, right? Like that could be,
To be okay.
yeah.
Hold
What's
on.
up?
Did you put Expedition 33 on that list? Can we ask? Is that fine? Like,
No, no,
No,
wait.
You know,
Let's
no, no,
not.
no,
Let's not.
let him
Let's
no,
not.
because then you
okay.
know that it's gonna be
Yeah.
one of
Yeah.
those
Okay.
games coming
Okay.
yeah,
up,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. Look. I gave Taz the list. Yes, it is on my list, and I will not change it because I could be an asshole, and I could change the list last minute and to make it even more fun. But I will stay true to my original list. I will skip and I will go with another game. I'm gonna go with best visual style slash graphics first, and I went with Metaphor Refantasio.
Ooh. Ooh.
And
Interesting.
yeah, so again, I've heard Manu and Taz talk about it a lot. I actually have a colleague at work that won't stop raving, and she wants me to play Metaphor. I've seen a lot of gameplay, but for me, you know, Atlas has always had this way of making their games feel like a moving art piece. But to you know, the way that I was sold on this game was that well, they really take that to another level with Metaphor. So like every menu, every animation, every frame has like a signature style that is so rich and very very polished. So you know the character designs are very nice. They're very striking. The environments are also kind of like a concept art come to life. The use of color is so deliberate. It's not just pretty graphics, but the style of it in general is very great. So it's not like technically the sharpest looking game, but it is to me the most distinct game out there. And I don't know if Manu would agree or if it's maybe in his top three of in terms of best visual style, but I'm gonna go with Metaphor.
Metaphor is I forgot about it. I'm not gonna lie. Metaphor is a good pick because you're right in that the visual style it is very distinct. It's just Atlas doing their best. I mean, you've seen it with the other Persona games. No, it's legitimately. I didn't even think about that because I had Cuphead for best visual.
I
Um,
won't
Oh,
lie.
I
I won't
forgot
lie.
that.
It
That's a
was
good one.
Yeah.
Cuphead really made almost made my cut.
yeah,
It almost made my
no,
cut.
Metaphor is it's. You're right. It's definitely up there. I think I would rank Metaphor 4. Yeah.
Beautiful.
So
Okay.
it's Sekiro
Damn.
in 2
Okay.
and Metaphor in 4.
Is
All
that
right.
is
Cool.
that does Metaphor rank in your personal like Atlas game? Does that rank higher or lower compared to Persona 5?
I think it's my favorite Atlas game.
And I remember Manu saying that you guys got to
Wait,
listen, man. We were
so
talking
where
about
does this
this.
rank in your top 5, you said?
Number 4.
Number 4.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so I don't think I fooled Manu, but anyways, it's okay. I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna go with the best antagonists, and I pick Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I mean, there's no way I couldn't pick Sephiroth. You know, we talked about One Wing Angel, right? It's like it has to be probably one of the most iconic villain theme in all of gaming. Manny and I think Manny, you remember, like we went to the Final Fantasy concert, right? I don't know if you remember this, but like when the Sephiroth theme came up, everyone was kind of going crazy.
Okay,
Uh,
so I did go to a Final Fantasy concert, but I don't
yeah,
think I went with you.
no, we went together. It was like it wasn't like it was like some Montreal orchestra thing. It wasn't
Oh,
like
okay.
Nintendo. It
All
was
right,
at
all
a
right.
church or something like that. But it was great. But yeah, so you know, he's basically the blueprint for what a JRPG villain should be, right? He's cold, he's elegant, he's terrifying. But he's also what I find really cool about Sephiroth is that he's deeply connected to the hero's journey. And even someone that's not like super, you know, like I didn't play all the Final Fantasy games. I feel like even if you haven't played Final Fantasy, you know who Sephiroth is, right? So he's not just a wall to overcome. He's really like the emotional core of Cloud's story. So that's yeah. So that's why I'm going with Final Fantasy VII.
It's a
Sephiroth.
good one. This category is probably the hardest. I'm not gonna lie. And the one I had, I didn't think you would get it. It was Final Fantasy 6. It's actually it was
Of
Kefka.
course. Yeah.
But yeah, no, Sephiroth is up there. It's like literally my second favorite villain, just because he has good like reasoning as to why he's doing it, and he's just a broken character. No, but the problem is I've only ever played Final Fantasy remake. I have Final Fantasy original game yet to play. It's on my list like very soon, and I still have to
Okay.
play Rebirth. So I would put that number 5.
Beautiful. All right, so let's go with most nostalgic. I went with Final Fantasy 9.
Ooh,
And
fuck.
I know that you guys were talking about this, but I remember every single time that I mentioned that, for example, like Catherine was playing Final Fantasy 9, like Manu just had like a big smile and he was like, "Oh my god, like so cool," blah blah blah. So to me, like again, like talking to her about it as well, it feels like the heart and soul of like classic Final Fantasy, right? It's got like that storybook charm, it's got that whimsical art style. It's not like the most beautiful looking game, but a lot of people have a lot of great memories and a lot of these pure nostalgic moments when it comes to Final Fantasy 9. So I think maybe that was the curveball that I yeah.
it's it's. I'm glad you brought it up because I do really I love Final Fantasy 9, but I
It's not
played it.
nostalgia,
I
is
played
it?
it recently though. I played it like within the
Okay.
last 2 years, but
Okay.
I
I
can
guess
see why you put
ChatGPT doesn't know what nostalgia means, huh, Jeff?
it there.
I
but
didn't ask it for games. I asked what about the rules of the game. But anyways, go
But
on.
this is perfect though, because it falls exactly where I wanted to in the rankings. Because I would definitely put Final Fantasy 9 number 3, because we all know what's coming for number 1.
Cuphead. No,
And
I'm kidding.
I know what
Best
you.
soundtrack. No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding. Claire Obscure, Expedition
yes.
33. Yeah, I mean, it's one of the things where Taz says that sometimes he plays games with the like the music on mute, and I feel like this is the kind of game the music can't sit in the background, right? The music is part of the game. It's part of the atmosphere.
There's literally story list. Like there's the lyrics talk
Mm.
about the story. They're literally integrated in the music. Like it's very
It's
integral to
it's
the
one of
game.
those games you
Yeah.
cannot play without listening to the music.
Yeah, like
And
you feel like you lose like half the soul of the game,
Yeah,
right?
I know I'm
I
gonna
did.
throw you under the bus.
Yeah, go.
I recently was told a really interesting story about like because my brother and I both heavily obsessed with Claire Obscure.
Oh, I see what you're
Uh,
gonna say.
yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's fair.
And I even bought the vinyl, but like for my brother who's been consistently listening to the music when he's like driving, when he's at work, when he's at home. So apparently his girlfriend wakes up in the middle of the night and he's humming the music in his sleep.
Yeah, it was just dim dim da da dim dim da. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I actually
I have
put
so many questions. Oh, go on.
Expedition 33 best soundtrack as well. It was,
Yeah.
and I forgot to say, my choice for nostalgic was actually Ori.
Oh,
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, you know what? I have to say, so okay, so can you okay, so number one, Claire Obscure, number
Yes.
two, Sekiro,
Yes.
number four, you put Metaphor, number
Yes.
three, you put Final Fantasy 9, and number five, Final Fantasy 7?
Yes.
And are you okay with that list? Like,
I
do you
think
really
so.
put Metaphor above Final
I
Fantasy
I
7 Rebirth?
think I would put 9 above Metaphor, just because.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I almost had you with that one, but I was very close to picking the Devil for Cuphead as
Ooh, that would have been a good one.
as the antagonist. I feel like maybe that could have been a curveball, but at the same time, I feel like you know I,
No,
I
you
don't know
got
the whole
some.
one winged angel thing. I was like, it has to be kind of Sephiroth. Like you probably like do put him in your top three villains of all time.
I do. No,
So yeah,
you definitely some good picks. You definitely, yeah, you got it.
I am happy that I got Sekiro and Claire Obscure as your. Like as if like you also agree that
No,
those are the
100%.
games.
Yeah.
Sekiro, I was definitely proud of that, but yeah, okay. Well, if you're satisfied with your top five, but no, I'm happy.
100%. Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun. Do you guys like? Were you guys surprised at anything? Like, would you if you guys had Manu, would
yeah.
you guys had maybe picked another nostalgic game
I
or
wouldn't
maybe
have picked.
another?
I wouldn't have picked Final Fantasy 9. I think I would have picked Majora's Mask as most nostalgic.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was so convinced that he had played 9 just because like I was talking about it just recently too, and a couple times. But in my head, I was just convinced that like, yeah, that was something that Manu had played like a long time ago, and he was replaying them.
No, it's
So
been recently. I'm like we were talking about this before the podcast started. I'm like literally going to play all the Final Fantasy
yeah.
games within this year.
And
So
what about you, Taz? Like, was there something that you were like, oh, like this would have been more of an obvious choice, or this could have been like a better curveball? Like,
I mean, it's hard with okay, so with Expedition 33, it's hard to kind of
yeah,
not put that in certain categories, right? Like as much as because the game is best soundtrack, and as much as I know that there's other great soundtracks out there, at the end of the day, I mean, we both know how these two feel about Expedition 33 soundtrack.
yeah,
Like
yeah. I
Deep
had to
said,
put it. I had to.
Deep said
Yeah,
it himself, right? He bought the vinyl. Like,
yeah.
and I feel like when you do things like that, and vinyls don't come cheap these days. So if you're doing things like that, clearly there's a certain level of fandom there that's present, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, the thing that I want you all to keep in mind as you are also ranking these is, you know, don't just if something comes up in a certain category, don't just rank it in your top 5 as in that category, right? Like, keep in mind there's other games coming, so even if you love this one, you know what I mean? So, like, I don't know, I'm not trying to, like, hint at anything, but I'm just saying, I know you guys like I know you like Expedition, let's say, but, unless it's, like, truly your number 1, see what other games might be coming, you know what I'm
hey,
saying?
but if he did not put Expedition, I would have fucked myself over, and number one
Yeah,
could
yeah,
have
yeah.
went to
But
like
that's the
something
thing.
else. I
I
took like
But
I mean, I
took that
yeah,
think it was
gamble.
pretty clear that it was coming,
Yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah. But
honestly, your
because
list is pretty like,
obvious.
it's pretty spot no, it's not obvious. I would say it's a
Yeah.
good list, and I think it represents you well. Like, I would have definitely picked Sekiro for something on that list because I know how you feel about it, and I mean, if you went
yeah,
out of your way to write a Steam review especially for it,
No. Yeah.
you know, I
Because the
think
thing
and
with
we all know how you feel about Souls games as
Mhm.
well. I think it would have been a big toss up for me between Sekiro and Elden Ring, considering you also finished Elden Ring, I think, like, twice because you
yeah,
finished it when it launched, and then you had to finish it well, you didn't have to, but you went through the whole game again in order to get ready for the DLC.
Yes.
You know what I
Yes.
mean? So again, you gotta feel a type of way about a game to do something like that, especially something like Elden Ring, where it's not
Mhm.
exactly a small thing to undertake. So, Jas,
yeah. I
want
just
to
yeah.
say
And the thing
something?
is, I feel like if I didn't put Clair Obscure, I would have been very dishonest. Like I still want to. I like we know each other really well, right? So I still want the list to reflect like maybe like the top games, and I feel like it is a game that is worthy of any of these five, I guess awards, or whatever you want to
I
say.
mean,
So
yeah, no, for
I
sure.
could have put, for example, Sea of Stars, because Sea of Stars has great soundtrack. And
It
Manu,
does.
recently we did an exercise of our top games, and Sea of Star was in Manu's top 9. So but I feel like not putting Clair Obscure, like, I mean, that would have been funny, right? If my curveball was Sea of Stars, and that would have been his number one game, and he,
Mhm.
he would have to live with that. But at the same time, I feel like, whatever. I also enjoy the soundtrack, so
I
I
mean, the
also
thing
wanted to
with
put it
Clear
up
Obscure,
there.
it's like I think that also falls under another category, which is best antagonist.
Yeah, yeah, for
Because
Yeah.
there's
sure.
a certain complexity to the game and the whole narrative as you're gonna if you haven't played it, what the fuck are you doing? Go play it. Um, the story's a lot more complex, and like even at the end, you're like, there's an internal debate of well, who's right, who's wrong, who's the actual villain in all of this, and it's a great
It's
game.
it's literally a game. I almost feel I'm almost wishing I had banned this from the list. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
so easy, like Jazz said, to
Yeah,
put it in everything.
Yeah.
Best
yeah,
soundtrack, like, shoo it. I don't think you don't even have to have played the game. I think there's enough discourse out there, and even if you're not in the gaming media and you don't read gaming news, there's enough even just memes when you're scrolling on Instagram about the soundtrack to at least give you an idea that people are obsessed with it, that it is that good. If you
yeah,
want to go battle mechanics, I mean, I think it has the most satisfying parry I've played in a game. I know maybe outside of like Sekiro or something like that, but for a turn-based RPG, and it's a simple mechanic, and it's been, a lot of games
yeah,
find do have it, but it's not just the actual act of the parry. It's also just the sound that plays and just sort of like the gravitas behind every single time you parry an attack, especially when it's multiple hits and you get all those parries in, and then you get that successful counter attack. Like it fits into that category as well.
Mhm.
Nostalgic, I mean, maybe not, right? It's the
No,
recency
exactly.
bias that's there, but then again, I mean, hey, if you fucking love opera music and you're nostalgic for that, it makes you think of that, then I guess in some form it could fit into that for some even that for someone, but yeah, generally speaking, like that's the one game I think that is definitely the best suited to fit into every single category.
And if I can say one final thing before we go on to Manny, and like I'm glad that you didn't ban any games, right? And if anything, I think it's more of a strategy thing that I could have applied better because if I, for example, started with nostalgia and I put Final Fantasy IX, maybe Mun was like, "Oh shit, okay, that's gonna be number five now." So if I had started with Final Fantasy IX, maybe he would have put it number five instead of putting it number three, as he originally done. So I think it's also the order in where you present the games that could also like maybe mess around with the person. So
Mhm.
I just started with Sekiro thinking that like maybe he's gonna put it number one or like maybe really low, like just depending. But I guess it didn't work out. The strategy didn't work. But yeah, so like I'm glad that we didn't ban any games. But I think maybe for you guys now, like maybe that'll maybe change your strategy a little bit. And put games that you think that the person might put at number five, but it's actually pretty high up. So but to that, I mean, Manny, I'll let you. I don't know if you're ready with your list because you
I
seem to be
am.
you seem to be writing a lot of notes. You
I
have like a
am. Well,
book. You
it's
gotta
more editing notes for me. Sorry.
yeah, yeah, got it, got
Um.
it. But yeah, if you want to go for it, take it away.
Okay. So, what category should I go for? Let's go with best soundtrack for Task. So
You know
we.
what's funny? If that's before you even actually say anything, sorry. Soundtrack to me was the one where when I was thinking what my top would be, I don't know because especially these days I play a lot on mute, but generally I feel like I'm the most neglectful when it comes to soundtracks. Like
A hundred percent.
I don't notice it. To
So
me it's cool. There's a big score, there's a lot of shit happening, but I'm so focused on what's actually happening on the screen that in terms of soundtrack, there's literally 2 games I can name that I've ever played where I was like, "Wait, hold on. This actually is a fucking dope track playing right now."
yeah.
But I'm not
Okay.
gonna say anything
Before
about
you
them.
say that, so when I was coming up with your list, which was about an hour ago, your all your other games easy. I didn't even have backups lined up for this. No fucking idiot. I was like, when's the last time he's ever mentioned actually listening to the audio? And there's only one game that I remembered, and it was a Metaphor ReFantasio. Because I just remember you
Oh
talking
yeah.
about how crazy the chorus is, because it's like this monk just singing.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
remember
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
good.
And I'm
That was
like,
my, that game was one of my gym soundtracks for a little bit, certain tracks on that.
Love it.
and yeah, and like it's you guys talked about Metaphor. It's such a fantastic Atlas game. It's no longer taking place in a high school setting. It takes the full fantasy element into an Atlas game, and yeah, so that's we're in your top five in the
Um,
rank.
God, I kinda wish you hadn't started with Metaphor.
that's
No,
that's why I
that's
wanted to
good.
start with that one too.
'Cause I really like that game, and I'm trying to think now if I go to, let's say, think of the other categories, I'm like, is there maybe like a Street Fighter in there somewhere? Is there I don't know, maybe even like a Halo or something? Not that these are like better than Metaphor, but I'm just trying to think like what else could possibly come up. But man, Metaphor is so good though, in more ways than just the soundtrack even. So
Yeah,
like
because
I
for
think
us, for my brother and I, when we made our list, we picked games that not just fit in one category. So because we originally thought that
yeah, yeah, because
you
you
would have to
guys
guess
got
what category it
fucking
would
you
be
guys went to school and got degrees and you're smart.
Okay.
I mean, I feel God, I don't know, man. Honestly, I feel like I'm gonna pull the coward move and just play it safe and put it at number 3.
I think
And I
that's a
think
Okay.
even
Okay.
but I think even
Oh,
in a general top 5 list for me, I think it would probably fall somewhere there anyways, because I
It's
think
a
it's
safe bet.
definitely it's a
it is.
safe
it is a
bet,
safe
but I
bet.
think it's also just accurate of how I feel about it in general, where even if this wasn't your top 5, we were talking like my top 5, it would probably I don't even know if it'd be number 3, but it would be like high up on the list. So
Okay.
I
That's fair.
think I will rank it at number 3, and whatever happens, I
I,
would be
f-
happy with
I
that.
feel like we're just gonna rehash the same like 10 games,
Yeah, seriously.
like the same 10 games for like all four of us.
So yeah, number 3
Um,
metaphor.
I almost want to tell you that's no, I'm not gonna say anything because there's one thing you're gonna be.
But I will tell you,
Yeah.
on the still on the topic of soundtracks, probably my number 1 soundtrack, um, and only because this was the first time that I was like, "Oh, damn, this is actually, like, a really dope soundtrack." Darksiders Genesis.
Oh,
Oh, I don't
Really?
remember. I don't
wow,
remember
that's
I haven't
young.
anything.
played it, so
Gareth,
really
I will
that
tell
game.
you, Gareth Coker is the composer of that soundtrack.
Okay.
He also did the Doom games. He did the Killer Instinct soundtrack. I don't know if he did Ori, if he touched up on that even, but this
Hmm.
guy is so fucking good with everything that he touches. Um, but yeah, it's usually that I still to this day I have that soundtrack that I listen to like almost at least once a week. And then there's I guess really count any of the Persona games. Like God, they're all so good. But anyways, go on. You can
Okay. The one game I wasn't sure about, but I just
the
want to
category
mention it.
now.
Sorry.
Is this in the same category or
No, this would be in best visual style slash graphics. Because
okay?
I went with a kind of a left field with this, and maybe I'll
Say
explain why. So TMNT Shredder's Revenge. I wasn't sure which TMNT you liked the best, or what the old SNES was, because I think
okay.
the reason I picked it because I think you have a certain nostalgia, not nostalgia, a certain favor for like old school kind of looking games. Like Street Fighter kind of has that art style a bit. TMNT kind of has that. So if you guys don't know, it's a beat 'em up, up to four players, a classic arcade
Six
game.
players, I think, even
Six
actually.
players, okay. And so
Maybe.
that's what I went with best visual style. Because it doesn't have to be
That's
best like
number one,
state of
man.
the art. It
That's
doesn't
number.
have to be like a Ghost of Yote or like a Ghost of
Yeah, yeah, no.
Tsushima. Yeah,
That's why I said visual style slash graphics, right? Like it could be
yeah.
an art style. It doesn't necessarily have to be like fucking polygon count. Um, I do love the way this game looks. If I think for me, if this game had to be on this list, it might have been better suited in the most nostalgic. Because
Okay,
even though it's not an old game, it is for me so reminiscent of things like,
Mm.
especially well, mainly Turtles in Time, which I grew up playing. I have
that's
finished
the one I
that
played.
game like a billion times. That is the game that I used to play with Sid. That is the game that I finished like a countless times with Eric. So I think it would fall better in that category. I do like the visual style. I love the fact that these games exist to this day, that they're using the sort of horsepower that they have now to kind of really perfect that style and get it looking as nice as it is, as colorful as it is, and working as fluidly as it does. And obviously being able to play with the perks nowadays, right? Like widescreen and it's high res and all that stuff. Um, so definitely a really good visual style. If I'm just now that said, if I'm looking at it in terms of like a top five,
It's probably fifth, I'm assuming, just because of
it's
what else could be.
I'm going between 4 and 5 because I
Okay.
just I don't know what else you would have had. I think I'll put
Andromeda.
it
I'm
I
like
think
second
oh my
guessing my
god.
list now. Like if I'm being honest,
There's no do overs, Manny.
there's no do overs.
No,
Yeah,
because even come but even Shredder's Revenge, like I did, I don't usually play games more than once, right? But this one I finished like a good 3, 4 times because
yeah,
I did enjoy it. And that studio, I mean, they have Cosmic Invasion coming out, and I'm
yeah.
like
So like
super
when
looking
I
forward to
mentioned
that.
that game, like it kind of encompassed all those TMNT games. Like
I
it's
mean, it
really
it
just for the visual.
encompasses that. It just it sort of as Marie Kondo would say, it sparks joy. You know what I mean? It's the very like because these are the kinds of games that I really do gravitate towards, right? I would be much more you would see me definitely playing this before something like a Sekiro. Not to say that I wouldn't play Sekiro, but again, this is the kind of stuff that I grew up playing, so it takes me to a certain place, and I do, like I said, I really appreciate the fact that this stuff is still around. Um, but I don't know. I think I'll put it at number 5,
Okay,
but that's not in any way a negative. And this might bite me in the ass because I don't know what else you got coming. But that's
I think
just
it's a very safe five.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm learning like okay maybe TMNT Turtles in Time should have been your most nostalgic because I do remember from our 3x3 you had mentioned Super Mario 64 as one of your best your top 9 games, and so
yeah.
that's the game I'm saying it's your most nostalgic game.
That one is
It's a tried and true
a
classic. It's one of the
contender.
best games
That
out
one's
there.
definitely 1 or 2 right now. I want to say 2 because again, I'm like, what
Buddy.
if?
Buddy.
But I'm still debating whether I can put this on 1 because this is definitely a game that I can pick it up and I can start playing it right now, you know? and I can't say that for a lot of Nintendo 64 games. Like, like, have you guys tried to go back and play GoldenEye recently? Because
It's hard. It's not easy.
Yeah,
it's painful.
I think that's a
Um,
Superman 64, but okay.
it's
What's up?
what?
I
What?
don't know.
Superman
I don't know.
64. I heard.
Um,
I heard you.
oh man, I am struggling between 1 and 2 'cause I do love that game, and it holds a very dear place in my heart.
Can you think of anything that could beat Superman 64? No, Super
Think of
Mario.
things that can beat Superman
I was like,
64.
where
I
to
think we'll be here
begin?
all night, Manu.
Super Mario 64. Like, is how easy
Well, I
can
mean,
you
look,
just?
as much as I love it, if I'm looking at, like, my overall all-encompassing top 5,
Mhm,
yes, there's things that can beat it because at the end of the day, while I appreciate that game and as I
Mhm,
said, I can go back and play it now, which is in and of itself an impressive feat considering how old it is.
mhm.
The games that have come out since that have those modern sensibilities and quality of life improvements that we're now used to, and just overall with where gaming has evolved and the possibilities of what a video game can be, there's things that I would definitely put above it,
Oh,
right? Like,
I don't disagree, but I mean within the remaining
oh, well, that's the
categories,
thing is within the remaining categories because what we've covered soundtrack and we've covered
Nostalgia. Well,
visual
this is
style.
nostalgia.
Well, we've covered visual style. This is
Yes,
nostalgia. This would be three. So all that's left is battle mechanic
antagonist.
and
and antagonist.
antagonist. And you done 3 and 5, so you have 1, 2, and 4.
Yes.
you know what, Manny? I believe in you. I'm gonna put this at number two because I know
I
I know you're
knew it.
capable.
Oh my god, you're setting me up for failure right now.
Andromeda, let's go.
Oh my god.
Okay.
But again, you remember this one. I legit struggled because it could. It's a very easy number one if I wanted
Yeah.
it to be. But this is me putting faith in you.
Well, looks gonna be disappointed tonight. So, antagonist was very interesting because, like, I often don't hear you talk about the villain of a game. I mean, it's very important for any narrative, but the one that kept coming to mind because you are a Borderlands fan, and who else but
Oh.
Handsome Jack.
Handsome Jack from
You know
Borderlands
what's
2.
funny? I did mention best antagonist.
Yeah.
Handsome Jack was my number one.
Oh shit!
So it's so you see, I had faith in you, and it's funny that you brought of all antagonists, that's the one you bring up. But
Yeah.
that was definitely the first time where I was like, okay, this guy's actually like a really cool bad guy because
Yeah.
throughout the entire game, he's in your ear and he's just talking shit to you, but it's actually funny, man.
Yeah.
Like, and it
He's
might
evil, but not in the like, not like just evil for evil's sake. He's just funny evil, and like
he's basically like if you took Tony Stark and but you kept the fact that he is as charming as he is, but you just made him
yes.
evil. He's hard to hate, you know? Yeah, I mean, some of it might have maybe it just might be a product of its time now, right? Like, I don't know if I can go back and I would find Butt Stallion hilarious, but I think I don't know. I think it still works. Borderlands 3 not so good with the humor, but 2 it stuck with me. Um, and I mean, hell, I put like a lot of fucking hours into that game. I mean, if you go on Steam, it's still one of my top played games. And now I know that a mere 84 hours is nothing these days, but considering how much time I have overall to put into anything and how short my attention span is for most games, the fact that I played that game as much as I did, and the fact that I finished it as many times as I did. Um, what's left? Battle mechanic? Oof.
Yeah.
What could you possibly choose for
Don't do
battle
it,
mechanic?
Taz. Don't you dare
Do
put
it.
Borderlands number 1.
Do it.
Don't
This
do
is
it.
specifically Borderlands 2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Borderlands 2
'Cause I
specifically.
feel like I love Borderlands 2, but I feel like I'd be committing a crime if I put it above Mario 64.
Seriously.
But then but see,
Borderlands 2, Mario 64.
yeah, but and above Metaphor. Like,
Yeah. But no,
I feel like
I think the number 1 is a pretty safe bet. I feel like there's a lot of good games that Manny could pick for battle mechanics. I can think of Red Dead. I can think of like so many. Yeah, like I can think of some games, man.
I mean, I don't
but,
want
like,
to
I kind
actually. I don't
of
want
I
to say
kind
anything.
of
I want you to have your ranking before
I
I
think you
comment.
should embrace chaos and just put it number
Yeah,
one.
just do it, man. Embrace it. Number 1. Let's go.
House.
embrace Chouse. Dude,
It's 1 and
like,
4.
I have an Excel sheet open, I'm tracking our lists, right? and I'm looking at Mario 64 number 2, and I'm having such a hard time imagining Borderlands 2 above it. Like, that just you know what I mean? Like, I feel like if I saw this list and I didn't know it was me, I'd be like, "I don't know if I wanna be friends with this person."
As you just got to take a leap of faith, man.
Oh my god. Battle mechanic, battle mechanic, battle mechanic. What the hell do I like as a battle mechanic? I don't
I will
even
respect you less if you put it at number one.
I will respect you more.
I mean, we all know
I think.
Mendes is superior cousins. I feel like this respect
Uh,
matters more, Jess, but,
yeah, that's okay.
You gotta
God.
pick something.
I
Trust
know,
your
I
gut. Trust your
know. I'm just
instinct.
I'm putting it number 4. I can't put it above Mario.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's criminal.
That's fair. But
I feel
to
like no, man. I
you
You
would
can't.
did
also,
well.
if you had the chance right now to play Borderlands 2 again, you're telling me you wouldn't just pick it up and start playing again?
No, I would.
Okay, yeah,
Absolutely.
okay.
Okay.
These are all games that I would play again. Metaphor is the only one that I'm like, I don't know if I have time to put into this
100,
again.
150 hours.
Yeah, that's
Because I
fair.
think Metaphor was like pre-child. But aside from that, like any one of these games, I could literally go and play right now, and I'd be perfectly fine. So I
Okay.
guess my default number 1, Manny,
So
make me proud.
so this might be controversial for you because
Oh
I
fuck,
didn't put a Street Fighter on there.
that's fine.
And yeah, because like in terms of battle mechanics, I'm sure like you like to learn about the different mechanics between the different how do I put this, the tiny differences in hitbox and all that stuff between the Street Fighter games. But the one I went with was Yakuza Like a Dragon.
Oh God, yeah, okay, easy number 1. Good job, Manny.
Just because that game is more than an RPG. If you're talking about all the different side quests, the different games built into it, and even the
Dude,
RPG elements, it does so well, and it just makes it funny. It
that
makes it so much
whole
more
the entire
enjoyable.
series,
Yes.
including the brawler games, is probably it's among my top 3 gaming series of like anything. This entire series is just fucking the epitome of what video games are. It is it'll be silly as shit at one point, and then a second later it is serious and it is tugging at your heartstrings, and you're just like, "What the hell just happened?" And it's expert at doing that, and I love it for it, and then the fact that they pivoted to RPGs, and they did it so well. They did it so fucking well. It doesn't reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? It's not as complex as a metaphor. It's not that deep. But to me, the fact that it's more than that. It's the fact that the jobs are as silly as they are, and yet
Hmm.
somehow in a RPG manner, they still work. You're not a white mage. You know what I mean? The mage in your party is a homeless person, and the umbrella is his staff, and he fucking heals you guys. And his fire spell is him just taking a bottle of booze and then spitting fire. You know what I mean? Like it's that kind of thing, and it's just all jobs are like surfer or entertainer, but and yet they find ways to kind of inject the usual RPG spells into this context now,
And
and
from what
and
I've
it
read,
works
I
very
personally
well.
haven't played it. It doesn't, yeah, it doesn't reinvent the wheel in any way, but it does polish it still really well in a
Oh,
very enjoyable format.
absolutely. The characters, they're all great. Getting to know every single one of them, doing all those little relationship tasks or whatever to get to the video where you're like having a drink with them and you find out what their actual background is and all that stuff. Like it's always super interesting.
Hmm.
Um, just running around the town, running into these random mobs of enemies that just you look at them and you're like, how the fuck do you even think of an enemy like this? You know what I mean? Like one of them is literally just a guy in a speedo covered in baby oil, and and he's just really hard to hit. Like that's his thing, and it works. He's covered in baby oil. Logically, yeah, I guess he would be hard to hit, but that's just his agility stat way up or whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's just they find these creative ways to just make it work, and the best part is all the characters are just fucking. I mean, it's hard to say anyone in this universe is a regular person, but they're just fucking regular ass people. You know what I mean? They're not questing to save the world. You're not kind of, the typical RPG tropes. You know what I mean? You're just a guy and you're kind of dumb and you're running around and you met this girl at a club and then you happen to connect with her in some way. She joined your party. And then the reason that you're kind of seeing the world the way that it is, where like you're running around in your normal clothes, and then as soon as the battle starts, then you all have like your weird RPG look. is simply, and it's explained in game. It is because the main protagonist, Ichiban Kasuga, loves Dragon Quest. And so for him, whenever he gets into a battle, what you're seeing is just what he's imagining in his head. Did they need to give you that
Mm.
context? Not necessarily, but they did. And I think that kind of thing is really cool.
It like helps with the immersion, I guess.
It
Taz,
helps with the immersion. It just makes him that much more endearing. This guy is basically a human golden retriever. Like he's a protagonist that you can't not like, and it's yeah, honestly, Like a Dragon. You could have gone with either Like a Dragon or you could have gone with Infinite Wealth. Either of those games, fantastic.
and aren't
Super
aren't you glad that you didn't put Borderlands 2 as your number one game?
dude.
Dude,
Honestly,
can I
Yeah.
just say
I
that the
thought I was
moment that
screwed, but it paid
yeah,
off.
but the moment that he mentioned Yakuza, like I wish that Manny you should like just do a slow mo of Taz getting the reveal because you could see like the relief on his face. You know what I
I
mean? Like
so
as you
want
said,
you to put
Yakuza would have
Borderlands
been
2
4.
as number one. Yeah,
yeah,
this would have
Yakuza
been number
4 would have
4.
been just epic. But yeah,
Yeah.
no.
But I mean,
So
look,
are you
overall,
happy with your list? Like, so it's
I'm
one
pretty
Yakuza, Mario 64, Metaphor, Borderlands 2, and then TMNT.
honestly, I feel like if you were to ask me to rank this list after the fact, knowing the games, I think it would look pretty similar to this still.
Okay.
Great, yeah,
Like
perfect.
it's these are all honestly very, very good picks. I'm happy with this list. So I mean, yeah,
Taz, are you ready to
good job.
fuck some shit up and
Are you ready to list 5 Zelda films?
Oh man.
are you
Dude,
ready,
honestly,
Taz?
I'm telling you, I had a hard time. Some of the categories I really had a hard time with.
Really?
But do
Because
you
I
think that
was
you have
well.
some
Well, because
curveballs?
like, okay, look, I'll start off with this, right?
Okay.
Best soundtrack. What do I realistically pick other than Expedition?
Kingdom Hearts, Ocarina of Time, Super Mario Galaxy,
Twilight Princess.
even the Scott Pilgrim,
You
Ori
know
and the
what's
Blind
funny?
Forest.
I have it written here, Expedition 33 slash and then another game. But because I already said Expedition 33, I'll go ahead and stick with that as my soundtrack. But my secondary was Mario Galaxy.
Yes, those are
Ooh.
really good. Safe, like those are both really good
But that's the one I'll
options.
start with. That's the
Is
first
that
one
your
that I will
number one?
present. I don't think I need to say anything else about this
No,
soundtrack, really. I mean,
it
you
is
bought the
hard.
vinyl. I know how much you love it.
It's
Everyone,
just, I mean, we talked about it so much. It's such a fantastic game, and I still think about it. I still think about the soundtrack. I still listen to it all the time. I still think about the villains, the characters, the story, even the gameplay mechanics. This is the closest I've ever gotten to a Souls-like
it's the
game where
closest you've
it's
ever
like,
gotten to true love.
well, I wouldn't say that. Um,
Close.
but there is a thing where it's like I feel like I'm tunneling too hard into the game where it's like I'm focusing too much on it and it's kind of hard to think about like the older games that I might have potentially enjoyed more. So I might be shooting myself in the foot,
Do
but I
it.
will rank it number 2.
Okay.
All right, let's write that
Just because
down for
it's
you.
too
So
early.
team,
Hey, you
I
could
know.
easily fuck me up. This could be like a
Again,
fucking
this was like a let me get this one out of the way
yeah.
because I feel like I'm doing everyone a disservice if this is not the number one. I know you have a lot of favorites, but I think if I had to go for like, the one I've seen you kind of talk about the most, I know it's also the fact that it's recent, but that said, whatever.
Yeah. There's something about
Okay.
opera style music in any game. If that's on there, chances are I'm gonna love the soundtrack.
All right. Let's go best battle mechanics.
Okay.
Again, I tried to go for stuff that I know you really like, but I also kind of wanted to deviate a little bit towards the not super obvious. This one may be obvious, I don't know. But for best battle mechanics, Baldur's Gate 3.
That is what I wrote for my best battle mechanic. It was between that or maybe I'm not sure if you guys know about Pyre. It's a game
Yeah,
by
the basketball
Supergiant
game by
the
Supergiant.
soccer
Well, it's
kind of
more or
game.
less
Yeah,
basketball.
yeah.
But dude, I
Um,
mean, Baldur's Gate is the number one thing. Like, yeah, it's tactics, but it's the freedom in the
that's it.
battle. It's the
And
things it's the things that you know that you can do,
mhm,
but it's especially all the things that you have no idea that you could do until you go online and you see someone and you're like, "Wait, hold on, I could do this." The possibilities are literally endless. The number of games that will come out and they'll say, "Oh, you can do anything you can imagine," but then there's always some sort of a limitation. This game really feels like it's the first time where literally whatever you can think of with what you have on hand somehow is possible.
yeah, this is the closest thing I can imagine when they say open world. This is the literal definition of open world because you can approach any scenario, any combat, any conversation in so many different ways. So like I've played this game not fully, but like 3 4 times already, and it's like it's always such a different experience every single time.
It's very hard for two people to have experienced the same playthrough.
Exactly. And like, and I every single time I'm playing, I thought I explored everything, but I keep finding more and more, and it's like that's such a good game, such a good battle mechanics suggestion, and I feel like you're just gonna give me bangers, and the last one's gonna be like stupid.
You don't know, man. I might not even have a Zelda game because again, I tried to deviate, right? So there might, I know you might be waiting on
Uh,
that to be your auto number one, but
So
no, I
Expedition
don't know if
Rhino is sitting number 2.
it is,
yeah.
and I was like, "Fuck, do I did I don't know if I want to put Baldur's Gate above or below Exhibition."
It's
Um,
I'm like surprised that you're even thinking about putting it number one, considering the
I don't think you
potential
realize
game.
how much I loved Baldur's Gate.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I also know how much you love Claire Obscure.
I
Yeah,
did.
obscure, something true.
Sing,
All
sing
right,
for us,
buddy, come
Vince.
on now,
That's the
come on
Um,
lyrics,
now,
isn't it?
give us a
I
pick.
will put it number 3.
Number
Pretty
3.
safe.
Yeah.
As I helped you out with your list, I hope you're gonna help me with
G3.
mine and not
How
make
did
a.
you help me out with my list, man? You presented your list as I am presenting mine, and that is
I
that.
mean,
All
Yakuza
right.
was
I don't know you were
hated.
gonna present Yakuza. That's the whole basis of this game. Is I don't know what's happening. All
Ah,
right.
crap. All right.
Visual style graphics. Again, honestly, I don't know. I in terms of like the obvious choice to me, I'm not sure, right? It could have obviously been any Zelda game, but I feel like I know we've talked a lot about graphics, but graphics
Right.
and visual style aren't the same. And in this case, I leaned more towards visual style than I did graphics because I think for me personally, a visual style is always tops graphics,
Yeah, it
right?
does. But like,
Because a good visual
th-
style can be timeless.
yes, and I'm surprised we had a hard time because there's something I love about like 16-bit, 32-bit games. Like I'm talking about like Minish Cap. I'm talking about games like um Christ. I wrote some downs. Stardew Valley, Gree, and then Moonlighter. Those type of like
Every
simplistic,
one
but
of
then
those games
yeah,
in some way on some categories came up for me because I you have Gree. I know that you even actually did a video review of it. I remember that on your channel.
yeah.
So like these were
First
all
ever video
considered.
review.
So for different categories, they were all considerations. I went with something a little more selfish in terms of something I think has a great visual style.
Okay.
Hades.
Fuck.
Ooh,
Because
That
I
is.
know so so for me, I remember when this game came out and I was looking at not just the visual style of the game, but then all the dialogue and you see sort of the design of every god.
Mhm.
And I was like, I wish this game I wish I played this game and it kind of like unlocked some part of my mind that changed my life because then I can justify the fact that every one of these gods would look amazing as a tattoo.
100%. So the amount of fucking times I'm playing this game and I'm just like, I want this god tattooed on me somewhere because the art style of this game and really just any Supergiant game is just phenomenal, beautiful, and it's been heightened in Hades. Um, but
Another
goddamn,
big reason that I picked it is I know you like Supergiant. I know
I do.
Bastion
Yeah,
was on your 3x3 grid. And I mean, this game, on top of the great visual style, it is just an excellent game,
it is such
right?
a great game.
Like
Yeah.
it's just it
I-
could
I'm
even
I'm
have been
disappointed how
mechanics,
long it
but
took me to get the true ending for this game, because I think I just finished it last year or something. But I had bought it when it first was announced. Um, I because like I'm comparing it to games like Expedition Baldur's Gate, and as much as I love Hades, I think for me it will be definitely number 5.
number 5, I think
Yeah.
Oh,
4.
I agree with that.
And now I'm kind of worried because it's like either number 1 or number 4.
Well,
So
what are the categories left?
you have antagonist.
Antagonist and nostalgic.
Okay,
I'm
You
like,
have
okay,
to have picked
Chaos
Ocarina of
Taz, let's
Time. You
go.
have to have picked Ocarina of Time
or a
and
Zelda
Stone.
game.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I think that's obvious.
Yes.
And so I will present to you. I already know how this list is gonna go. All right. I present to you your number one. Most nostalgic, I went with Twilight Princess, and the reason
Ooh,
that I went with Twilight Princess is because when I think about it, nostalgia is more than just sort of like a point in time. It's a feeling, right?
yes,
It's you think back and it brings back how you felt in that moment, how life was in that moment. It's more than just sort of a capsule in time. And I remember when you were going by, I don't know if this wasn't your 3 by 3, it might have been, I forget what everything that was on that, but I know that you had said that this was the game that you had, like, saved up for, and you bought it, and then you and Manu had played a shit ton of it,
yeah,
and I know generally speaking, you've always loved the Zelda games. This was the first time that it kind of had, like, a big serious art style, but I think more than anything, it is when you said that you had saved up the money, and this was, like, the first game I think that you kinda, like, bought with your own money in
yep.
terms of, like, a
First game
console.
we've ever bought. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
and I
and
think that kind of, that holds a big place in people's memories, especially when they're into gaming as we are, and then considering that of all things, this was a Zelda game and how much you love that series, I can't help but imagine that even though there might be Zelda games that you like better than Twilight Princess, the fact that you saved up, you bought it, this was probably a point in time for, I think, all of us really when life was a little simpler and, you and your brother got to enjoy this. I
yeah.
think that kinda counts for a lot in terms of making this the most nostalgic.
And like so at before that time, like I remember playing a lot of Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, like all these like retro games now we consider retro. Like, and there was always certain lightheartedness to it. Even like Ocarina of Time, I didn't really play Majora's Mask growing up, so I never really got to see the darker side of a Zelda-like game. And there's something to be said about a Zelda game where it's like just a hero going on a journey to save the princess, and there's a certain lighthearted element to it. And so this was the one of the first dark, I want to say, games from the beginning to end that I played, and like it kind of like shifted my view on fantasy almost to make me appreciate some of these darker stories, darker fantasies, and perfect nostalgia pick. I was thinking Ocarina of Time, but then Twilight Princess is such a good pick. And I know that some people putting it above Expedition 33 or even Baldur's Gate 3 might be blasphemous to them. But personally, if it's my personal list, I'm okay with that.
Oh, that's the
Uh,
whole point. This is your list.
exactly.
This is not like a objective list. It's a
Yeah.
subjective list. It's
And
as much
then
as we can make it.
Twilight Princess number one. I think there's no better place for this on that list. I love the game, and I'm eagerly waiting for them to remake it on the Switch so I can put in countless hours into it.
And so you can add to your collection as well. That
The
little shelf.
first, the first statue, actual resin statue that I ever bought was Midna from Twilight Princess.
And so we move on to
Ocarina of
your
Time.
your number your number 4,
I gotta
which
say,
I
for antagonists, before you go on, I personally couldn't really think of any games.
oh, that's
Maybe I'm
great
just
because neither could I.
because
And I
like the
wasn't
only
I was
one
ab
that
I wasn't about to pick Ganon
Oh, okay.
yeah, that wouldn't have been great. Because
because
like
then
the
I was
only
like,
game that came to mind was Expedition 33, but then I was like, I yeah. So I'm curious to know what you come up for best
I
antagonist.
considered Expedition 33, but then I was like, I didn't remember really any times where you kinda spoke about the antagonist in any way that would have veered me towards picking him. Like, I thought you in my view, I was like, he liked him, but, you never really spoke, like, so passionately about the fact that like, you know what I mean? Like, how some people
Yeah,
consider, like, whatever, Sephiroth or something the greatest villain of
yeah.
all fucking time. So I was like, "Okay, I don't think it's anyone in Expedition." Again, I thought
I
Ganon,
hope it's not
but
Kingdom
then
Hearts because if you tell me it's Xehanort or like Ansem or Zemnis or something, I'm like, no.
no, I don't know those terms. Uh,
Okay.
uh, I wasn't about to go research that deep, man. I have a child. And then yeah, so like I said, then I was like, okay, there could be Ganon, right? But then it's like he's in what every or many Zelda
Most
games, so
Zelda
then
games, yeah.
I can't just narrow it down. It's because it's a list of top 5 games at the end of the day. So yes, fine, he is a villain, but he's a villain in many Zelda games. I'm not gonna have more than one Zelda game. And for me, Twilight Princess was the one where when we started this list from the beginning, that was a lock for me. So that automatically ruled out any Zelda game in terms
Oh,
of best antagonist.
you know what would have been a good pick?
What
Fable.
I did not even consider that.
Yeah,
I don't even remember the antagonist. I think it was Jack of all Blades, actually.
there it was. Yeah.
Okay, so your number 4 pick by default,
Yes.
and I want you to really let it sink in that this
That
is
Above
ab-
Hades.
above Hades. Okay. Now, before I reveal the game, here's the thing. My
Okay.
thought process.
Okay.
Antagonist,
Right.
right?
Yes.
You hate not maybe not hate this person, right? But they make you feel a certain type of way.
I'm already not liking where this is going.
Just hear me out,
Okay.
right? They make you feel a certain type of way, right? Now, it could be that let's say, Ganon is a better antagonist from like a story point of view than a certain, let's say, whatever, Elden Ring boss. But that Elden Ring boss you fucking died to so many times that it's etched into your memory that that boss can suck a bag of dicks and you fucking hate him. And to me, that could make it sort of an antagonist in a sense to you.
Okay.
So, number four, and I think you'll agree that this particular antagonist has caused you a lot of grief. And I
Is it
think
a Hollow Knight?
it's caused, I think, a lot of us really a lot of grief. Every one of us, actually, I can confirm that it has caused a ton of
Is it
grief.
Anthem?
All right. So for
Is it just the
number
game Anthem?
for number four, it is the draw four from Uno.
Oh
That's
dear
so
lord.
good.
That's so stupid but good. And I
Oh,
ranked it higher than Hades.
We should celebrate by playing Uno.
So,
Oh God, no.
and I mean, think about it. How many times have you played, and you keep getting hit by draw fours, and I guess also the draw twos, and then at the end you have legit 20 plus 30
That
cards in
is
your deck,
such.
I
and
just want to say,
that level of hopelessness that you feel is one that I can only imagine can be compared to when someone is going hungry and they look at their bank account and they don't have enough to eat, you know?
I, I just want to say, this is the box, and this is where you reached it from.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Uh, No, I was gonna say pack it in, boys. Like this, like we don't need to
That is
continue.
The
such
This is
a.
podcast
perfect
is
This
list.
over.
came out of nowhere. It's
Yeah.
so. It's what's that saying from the Glass Onion? It's so dumb. It's brilliant. Like
Manny, I want you to now go through your top five. Can you please tell us what your top five
Allow
is
me to
like?
go through his top five. So Manny's top five games officially. No take backsies. Number one, Twilight Princess. Number two,
Great,
Expedition 33. Number
awesome
three,
game,
Baldur's Gate 3.
beautiful.
Number four, Uno.
What the fuck were you thinking?
Number five, Hades.
did you
Again, what the
really
fuck were you
struggle? Like,
thinking?
I don't understand if the entire time if this was just a meme or you really struggled to find best
I
antagonist for
actually
me.
did struggle to find best antagonist. I will not lie. That is a legitimate thing. I don't know why this came to me, but it did. Now,
Glorious bastard.
do I have regrets? Maybe. Are those regrets about having picked Uno? No. Are the regrets about having maybe changed the order so that Uno could have been higher? Yeah, I could have maybe done that. If I had gotten you to pick Uno above Twilight Princess, I mean, that would have just.
I would have just left the call. You guys can finish the podcast
I
without
think at
me.
that point, it's like this podcast is over and never to return.
Oh my god. All right. Well, that's my top five, I guess. Forever and true.
All right.
Who's left? So Manu
I
Manu,
have to
Jazz,
do
Manu's
right?
left
just
to present
spinner.
the jazz.
Okay.
All right. So your list wasn't that difficult. I'm gonna be honest. It didn't take me long because you have some good games.
Did
Which
you also
kind of
ask ChatGPT?
no, I did not actually. I used my
ChatGPT, what are Jazz's
noggin
top
over here.
five?
I'm gonna start with the category I think we all struggle with, which I found to be the easiest for Jaspinder. The antagonist. Now, Jaspinder, you like a complex, flawed character and just pure chaos. And this character is a fan
Jealous.
favorite, I think, amongst in like any form of media, movies, video games, comics. I am talking about the Joker, more specifically from Batman: Arkham Asylum.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really have to say much. I think we've all said how much, especially during our 9x9, how much everyone here loves Arkham Asylum or just the Batman Arkham
I mean,
Asylum
considering
series.
how big of a Batman fan
I
he is,
know.
I'd assume
That
you're
is a
gonna pick for him.
solid,
Yeah.
solid pick.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
How would you rank that? We're starting with bangers. Let's go.
Because you know what else he
Um.
has in his arsenal?
Yeah. I feel terrible. Already from the get go. Man, I love Batman. I love Arkham Asylum. Um, I think I enjoy Arkham City more though.
I wasn't
Because I was
sure.
thinking, but like
I wasn't
Red Hood, right?
sure, but
Yeah.
yeah, it was. I really was focused on the Joker,
Yeah,
and
no, but and honestly, the Joker. I'm so glad that you put it that way because yes, hands down, I think the Joker could maybe even go hand in hand with like even Darth Vader in terms of just pure media, like best villain of all time. Um, I'm gonna go with number 4 for Arkham Asylum.
Ooh.
Oh,
damn.
okay.
Okay,
Oh.
okay, that I don't think I can be in the podcast anymore with you, but okay.
I just
Um,
because I'm thinking of all the games that I love, and I don't know, man. I'm like you have to pull through for
I would
me.
have thought that would have been higher on your list,
yeah,
man.
Yeah, me
I know
too.
you
I
like City more, but if I had a list and Arkham City and Asylum were both on it, they would be interchangeable between their two positions because they would be one on top of the other depending on the day.
Yeah. I mean, I was debating between 3 and 4, but I think I mean, I don't know. I have faith that it'll all make sense at the end. But
Did
based
I
on
get it
Manish's
wrong? By the way,
reaction,
is it
maybe not.
Arkham
I
Knight? Is it Arkham Knight that has the Red Hood, or is that
Yeah.
yeah,
okay?
Yes.
So yeah, my bad.
okay. Um, so for battle mechanics, I had to dig deep because I was like, there aren't many games where you truly talk about the mechanics. I think you tend to focus more on the story and the music. And when we think about battle mechanics, I had to like dig. I was like, what games made me actually like stop and think about my how I'm playing, my character setup, and like the story beats that are involved in the character. And I feel like BioWare did a good job with that, especially when we think about
Ooh.
Knights of the Old Republic. It's
Ah.
BioWare at its finest, giving you the ability to either go towards the dark side and the light side, and that affects how you. I don't not even just battle mechanics, just the mechanics of the whole game, how you interact with characters, how your powers deviate depending on if you're towards the light side or the dark side.
And like the whole strategy system where you get to pause
Exactly.
the game and choose like kind of assign roles. I'm not sure it's probably not one of the games that did it early on, but sorry, it's not the game that did it first, but it's the game BioWare had really perfected that system with that game.
And we all know how much you love KOTOR.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's I think Knights of the Old Republic is the kind of game where, I'd be so very happy if it ended up being number 1 cuz it probably is one of my favorite games of all time. Like we're talking about, I can even put it under nostalgia. I still remember because I used to have an Xbox and I bought that game and my Xbox was like kind of crapping out at that point. So every single time the game would like just shut off on its own and I would have to restart at a certain point. And I figured out a way to make the Xbox work by putting it sideways, like just in a weird position, and then it started, and then it just worked. But I remember having to go through all of these lengths because I wanted to play this game and I wanted to like learn more about it. And that reveal was also probably one of the best reveals ever. So you've already done uh
Antagonist.
antagonist and you've already done battle. Okay. So you have soundtrack left, visual style, and nostalgic.
You know the funny thing about Knights of the Old Republic to me is it's the first time ever that I was presented with a hours played stat in a video game.
Yeah.
So every time you would save, it would tell you your time played. And so I got to the end, and I remember specifically I had taken 37 hours and 48 minutes to finish this game. And having seen that for the first time, I was like, man, I put 37 hours into this game as if that was like so much. And you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But like if you think about it, the amount of hours I must have put into like No Mercy and stuff,
Hmm.
Yeah.
forget it.
And it's the kind of game where, like, honestly, I played it as a good guy, and then I played it again, and like right away, like I did not even switch to another game. Replayed the game again, but as a bad guy now, right? And just kind of,
Man, I struggle to do that in
I
video
am,
games. Like
s-
Baldur's
I
Gate, I'm playing
am,
that. I'm just like, I'm gonna do an evil playthrough. I can't. I end
yeah,
up picking good choices.
I'm just really worried because, like, again, just based on soundtrack, visual graphics, and nostalgic, I think nostalgic, you might go with MK2 or a Mortal Kombat
But
game
is MK2 better than
or No
KOTOR?
Mercy. It's not.
I
Like on
That's
your
why.
list of top 5 games, even I would struggle. even if it was just forget these categories, just what is
Yeah.
Jazz's top 5, I'd have a hard time thinking anything above KOTOR with how you talk about it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I think it's number one. It's number one.
Number
I,
one.
I think
Wow.
your list is
Yeah.
going to be easiest to rank. Like I don't think you have too much to worry about.
Yeah,
Um,
but I think I might regret Arkham Asylum, but we'll see. But yeah,
okay.
it's number one. KOTOR is number one for sure.
So for nostalgic, I went. So there are two entries in this list, and that I was selfish with. The kind of like Taz when he chose the game for visual style. Um, I picked for nostalgia the game I feel like that allowed us to all play together. One of the first few ones, and it wasn't really No Mercy because I was more one on one, and it was Deep and I really never really got into it as much. This was
There was
Halo.
4 players in that game, my friend,
Oh
alright?
yeah,
It
yeah,
was a
that's
Yes,
cool.
but
four-player
I feel like
co-op.
we never got to it, but it was Halo. I think Halo is the one where we all every family gathering, it doesn't matter whose house it is, go to the fucking basement, boot up Halo, Halo 2, Halo 3, and we play deathmatch.
Hey, things got physical. Sometimes.
Yeah, when you poked
Yes.
my eye
Yeah,
because yeah, I just remember I sniped you that one time, and then you got so angry you poked my eye. Yeah,
I'm so sorry for doing that. Honestly,
Oh, he's not, man. He'd do it again.
look, oh man,
He's just
and
sorry he didn't poke both eyes.
you know what, man? Like we don't. I don't feel like we don't give this enough credit as well. But like Halo could also go in best soundtrack. You know what I
it
mean? Like I
could.
still,
It could,
it's
yeah.
it's so epic, man. Halo, so many good memories.
We're talking about Halo 3.
I when I say Halo, or even when I say Batman, I kind of put them all under the same umbrella, right? So
Okay,
like Batman
what was?
Arkham,
And I will rank it out of curiosity. What was the other game that you had chosen for
for
nostalgic? Or
nostalgic,
yeah,
it was No Mercy.
okay. I'm glad that you picked Halo. Because I don't think No Mercy would have made my top five. But obviously, like if it would be a if that wasn't the choice, I mean I would definitely rank it. But I would definitely put Halo number two.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay.
Oh
You'd rank it
no,
above Arkup. Wow. Okay.
Okay.
I
Um.
I regret it now.
So, just been there. When we listen, I know you're. I like to think you're more similar. When we need soundtrack in a video game, right?
Yes, 100%.
It's not just a narrative. You can have really good character development. You can have really good narrative, but if the soundtrack isn't there, it's not worth it. You need those chills, right? To especially when you have like a very intimate moment between two characters. Um, you need that like that ambience music, and I feel like the game that I got the most of that was God of War. God of War
Oh.
Ragnarok. When you have that boat, when Kratos is canoeing with his son, and he sells a sword, you feel the you can hear the
Oh my
music in the
It's
god.
just
background.
God of War, by the
It's
way,
just
not God of War. Ragnarok.
yeah, sorry.
Just to really drive home how ignorant I am, you could literally play me any single track from the God
Pass.
of War games, and I would not
Taz,
be able to
No,
identify.
Taz.
man.
The
Dude.
only track you could play me is the one where when they revealed the game, it's just kind of like grunting or chanting, sort of like in Skyrim, but not quite.
You're
You
telling me
know,
you don't remember watching the trailer and the trailer just give you chills?
I mean, yeah, but to me, the
But
music was just. I'm not saying it's bad music. I'm just saying this is a flaw in me where like I
Now I
just
get it.
don't. I don't notice it. You know what I mean? Like it's
Okay.
just sort of.
yeah,
I
but
will say it's the
yeah.
Ragnarok, like sorry, it's God of War, not Ragnarok, just God of War like the first one, but the
So right now, Jazz's list is number one,
I know,
KOTOR.
man.
Number two is Halo, and four is Arkham Asylum.
I'm so worried because he hasn't said Mass Effect yet. And I'd be so shocked if Mass Effect is not in there.
So what's left? So this is soundtrack, and then
Yeah,
what's
and then
battle
and then
mechanic is left?
best
no
visual.
visual.
Okay. Oh yeah, battle mechanic was Cold War. Okay.
Like I'm so surprised. I would
Have I been hitting all your marks so far? Like as in like the video games?
yeah, you have
So you can
100%.
you can
Like
only assume what's left in number the last one. But
I
but
mean,
for
I
now,
mean,
for
I don't
for
know.
for God of War,
There
what do you
he
think?
hasn't said Mass Effect. There could be a Bioshock in there.
but that's the thing. Like that's why I'm like super worried. But look, God of War is man, I enjoy the hell out of that game so much, man. And like I love, Greek mythology. I love what they did and based on the old games and where they got to with God of War and even Ragnarok, holy crap, man! Like that to me is like I would buy a console to play that game, right? So I'm just so I th- I think I'm gonna have to put it number 3.
I mean, at
I'm
that point, it kind of makes sense.
I'm glad you did that because I fucked up. Okay,
Okay,
I fucked up with this last one. Okay,
what
It's battle
happened?
as
mechanics
we
left.
were doing this, I'm like, why the fuck did I take this?
It's battle
Uh,
mechanics
Wait,
left.
hold on. What's left again?
visual.
Visual.
Visuals.
So here's my
You
thing.
have the opportunity to change it if there is
I
another game that you can think of
I
because you
don't
haven't
want
said this
to
yet.
because I want to
Okay,
I
commit.
that's fine.
be, but there is one game that I okay, but anyway, go for it, and I'll
There's
Whatever
tell
one
you
game
my
you're
game
name.
thinking,
I'd remember you saying how much you love the graphics of it.
whatever game you're thinking, I didn't pick it. Okay,
Oh.
because I this is what I did just a minute. I looked at your 9x9 and it's not there. I looked at your stash and I looked at the games you completed and I ordered it based
It's a
on your
small
ranking.
list.
Okay. I
Sorry.
ranked it based off. I looked at your score, and this one it rated really high. But as we talked, as we did this podcast, I know we're an hour and 20 minutes in. I don't think this is your game, but I still took it because it was also selfish. I took Cuphead because I thought you could agree on that. It's visually speaking, it is something very different. It's very unique. It's beautiful. Personally,
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to interrupt you. I know
yes.
it's your moment. Jazz, have you played Cuphead?
I have played Cuphead,
Have
yes,
you
of
I've
course.
seen
played more
various
than
videos.
hold on. Have you played more than 2 hours of Cuphead?
I've played more than 2 hours of Cuphead, yes.
My God. When?
When the game originally came out,
That
Manu
I
and I
didn't
we
know
is
that.
spoke about
that
it.
is not the point of this conversation. The point of the conversation is I picked Cuphead, and clearly I feel like I was wrong.
Yeah.
But I'm
Okay.
Let's
glad you
So
ordered your games as you did.
guys, let's all rank Manu's failures 1 to 5.
okay. So I think it works out. I think I will definitely put that number 5.
Mhm.
Cuphead is a great game. I will say, and visually, yes, it is a very different game, and you got to respect the fact that I think the whole game was completely hand drawn.
It was.
Yes.
Right. And Manu is right. Like you know, yes, I don't talk about mechanics. I talk more about the visual style. I talk about I talk about the soundtrack and the story. I think those things are super important to me. And having said that, what I would have put as the best visual style would be BioShock. Uh,
Oh, I would have guessed
Bioshock.
for you Ghost of Tsushima.
Ooh, fuck! I don't know
Yeah,
why I think about that.
it's tough, but that's why I'm even like Arkham Asylum. Forget about it. If I had a top 5, yeah, Tsushima would definitely be there. But BioShock is that kind of game where like, dude, that like just in terms of like fantasy, in terms of horror, in terms of even BioShock Infinite, like now you're in the sky and like the fact that every single game in that series was just visually spectacular. It was never done before, and to me, like that would definitely be on that list. And I would have felt bad putting that at 5
I
because I put
think
that above Batman.
I think the reason I didn't see Bioshock as a good visual was just because we have different tastes in that. I don't see horror as great visual, but I think in your case you do, which is why it fell under my radar.
Yeah, which is actually funny because to me, a good horror movie is gonna focus a lot on its visuals, right?
Hmm.
It's the kind of movie that's actually not gonna have a lot of CGI, and they focus more on practical effects. They focus more on lighting and shadows and stuff like that. And to me, that goes into like visuals, right? So, but again, I mean, I think at the end of the day, I'm pretty happy with the list.
Man,
Yeah,
I'm
I would say I would
surprised
say
that
I
you
would say all of
played,
us are pretty happy with the list,
except for
except
me,
for
which we
Manny.
know. But like, I gotta say, like, Jazz, this isn't in any way, shape, or form a jab at you. I'm just genuinely surprised you had played Cuphead because, like, out of all the games, I would have never guessed you played that game.
and you ranked it
No,
high. You ranked it at 9.
yeah, I really do enjoy, like I did enjoy my time with Cuphead.
Yeah.
And I think Manu really got me into it. Like he talked about the game a lot, and he even said like, "Oh, hey, I'll help you out," right? And I remember Manu. I don't know if you remember, but like I did a session. I shared my screen, and like
Yeah,
we were going through it, and you're like, "Yeah, like you're doing this really well," blah blah blah. Like Manny, maybe you don't remember that, but yeah, like there was a time that yes, like Cuphead. Again, I definitely enjoyed that game, and yeah, like I'm happy with my list. But surprise, yeah, again, like it's true though, right? Like there's no Mass Effect in there. There was no Bioshock in there. There was no Mortal Kombat in there. But then again, Taz didn't have Street Fighter,
the
Yeah.
problem was
right?
none
Like
of those games to me stood out in each of these categories. Like Mortal Kombat, BioShock, and Mass Effect are really good games, but to me they don't stand out in any of these particular categories.
You
Personally,
know, but you know what? I would sure, but disagree, and I think maybe Taz would agree with this. But I think any Mortal Kombat, I would definitely put it in nostalgia because I still
yes.
remember when Taz got
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 4 on the N64. I ran from my house. I mean, like two houses down, but like to see him play, MK4 with his brother. I still remember the arcades, and there are still videos of me and Lovely, like playing Mortal Kombat, and he has recorded me, basically crying because he's playing Liu Kang and he keeps doing the bicycle kick and he keeps destroying me until I finally discovered Raiden and I finally discovered how to teleport, and then I started beating him.
I still can't believe I
So yeah.
put Uno number 4. What the fuck?
But yeah, this is a very very fun a
Yeah.
fun
Thank
exercise.
you very much for coming with that,
Unequivocally,
guys.
your number 4 game is Uno, above
Uno.
Hades.
You should probably
Speaker.
tattoo that somewhere, Manny. By the
Yeah.
way,
You
just
I'll
should.
get it right next to the Taco Bell Trump stamp.
Should
a
get the you
draw
should get
four
the
tramp stamp.
you should get a draw for a drum stamp. Yeah.
All right. On that note,
Uh,
thanks for joining for another episode of Not Quite High Score. You guys can find us on YouTube, on Spotify, wherever you listen to your podcast. You guys can also go to notquitehighscore.com. It'll redirect you to our YouTube. You guys can talk to Taz on Blue Sky. And you guys can also send us an email at notquitehighscore@gmail.com.
Guys, just send us an email.
Yeah,
Just
please.
Please.
no subject line. Body hello. Send.
Not even a hello, just like a dot. But that'd be great.
Not even. Yeah. Put a dot, color it white so it's invisible, so it's like you sent nothing. And then send it.
It's a
All right.
sad,
All right.
it's a sad
Bye, everybody.
Bye.